I'd have to say that I'm more strategic in some of the initiatives that I am trying to roll out with my company. And you can always say that, but being held accountable by a third party and getting input along the way from a third party has been really beneficial for me, and it's caused me to be a little bit more efficient in my strategies. And I guess my analogy would be with Dean and Jack, Dean on the operations side and Jack with some of the tech and strategies. I feel like I have a right-hander and a left-hander coming out of the bullpen. I feel like I have two really good resources that are different from each other and have different skill sets from each other.
I think one of the biggest things is to step back, and most people in business don't ever step back and really look at their business, analyze their business, see where they are. And I think that the program from last year really helped me to take a step back, look at where we were with all of our systems, our procedures, and then to look at what are best practices and what procedures should we be implementing. And by doing that, we basically had an increase of 20% in terms of our volume last year. We had a very large increase in the number of recruits that we had as a company, and I attribute a lot of that to the group of people that I'm working with, and also to the organization and the systems and procedures and best practices that they bring to the table. It has allowed me to now try to change the approach that I'm taking with my management team, and really trying to emulate you guys in terms of how you do this program with my team to try to get more out of them and to get them to learn from what I've learned in the program and share it with them. I also think that this is a great program, Jack, for helping my agents. And a big part of my company is that we are always looking for best practices for our agents. And it's not just broker tools that I get from this program, but there's a lot of great agent tools and agent systems and things that they can be doing that has been tremendously helpful. So I'm very glad that I continued to stay on, and if I get invited back, we'll continue to stay on again next year.
I mean, for me, I'm running a lot more systematically and far more organized in my business. Just the working through the modules and the system in the T3 Fellows program, and the information that comes both from Jack and Dean, and the support that they're able to provide through that, just puts everything into a much better perspective and organizational chart.
Well, it's just helped us accelerate the growth of our business. So instead of having to go out and compile all the latest trends and facts and information ourselves, you all have done the heavy lifting for us. All that information is already available at our disposal. And so in a changing market, and there's a lot of changes in the real estate industry right now, it just helps us know what's coming and make adjustments so that we can continue to be profitable and continue to grow.
T3 Fellows has really helped me build a business, a solid foundation. I've rebranded my company, I've added a partner, I've built out this beautiful office space that embodies the entire culture, and now we're really ready to grow to the next level. And growth has to be strategic, we've learned here. So we have all the systems and processes to do this in a way that's going to make sense. So kind of T3 Fellows has allowed me to fast track years of mistakes I probably would have made on my own, because with good coaching and good mentorship, you're able to save yourself those experiences. So being part of the T3 Fellows program and now the alumni program, it's continued to be able to build systematically something that I had in my head and in my heart into something that actually exists in real life that people can now participate in.
The major thing that I've gotten from T360, besides all of the coaching and the consulting, is really really increasing my bottom line and helping me to grow my company substantially and in a meaningful way. So taking what I was already doing, but making it more profitable. I have learned an incredible amount. I've really gained a lot of confidence in what I've been doing and knowing that I'm moving my company in the right direction. So having that confidence behind me has really helped take my company to the next level and hopefully inspire others along the way.
I think it's having that reliable, expertise option to just pick up the phone, and you have no alliance to any brand, any company. just the responsiveness, you know. I could say, coming from a person that went from franchise brands over the years and having that experience over to, let's say, now being an independent, you don't have those types of access points. And even with the franchise, unless I was the broker owner of the firm, as a manager, you didn't always have that direct line to pick up and speak to an expert if you wanted to speak to an expert, you know, and you kind of got passed around. But what's good is, like, you know, if you feel that you're not the expert and maybe the other person in the department is the expert, you have no problem just passing the baton. And that's a huge benefit. I just feel like that we're not a boat without an oar, or, you know, a boat without a sail is like the biggest thing that's out there. And I think having a program like this, it allows somebody who's not ready to dive in and start paying franchise fees out there, they have an option. So if you're an independent and you're a really good independent and you're in a really good market, and maybe you're looking for that, let's say, that change, you know, maybe it's technology, whatever, but instead of you spending all those hours, you can go to the T3 Fellows program and have that conversation and say, I'm thinking about changing my website. Do you have any vendor recommendations? You know how much time that saves? And time is money. And you don't have to make that investment that now you're committing to a 10-year contract of some sort of franchise agreement where you're going to give a percentage of your income out, where this is more of a coaching / flat fee, but then there's a whole other piece to it. What's good is you guys even reach out to us. If you haven't heard from us, you go, hey, what's going on? I haven't heard from you in a while. So it's that proactiveness of a real coach, you know, helping you along the process. Sharing ideas of other ways that we can perfect things or solidify that the ideas that we have as broker owners are good ideas. It's giving me the confidence to go and be independent and move on and not have that fear, like, do I make that move and then go to, you know, should have we not done Life NY as an independent? Should have we went to Life NY such and such brand and maybe have the tools and everything else? You give us the confidence that we're not left alone because we're independent.
Well, with having several partners, we all had individual goals but didn't necessarily talk about them. So it has made us understand what our individual goals are, as well as our combined goals. I suppose our pathway to success has been revealed to us. Just overall, it has been like the most positive experience in terms of becoming more organized, more systematic, and using the tools that we actually have to use.
You know, it's all about the bottom line. And for the first time in 8 years of really trying to go after internet leads, we're not highly profitable, but we moved that into the black line. And that's been a dramatic change. And part of it was really looking at it, analyzing it, and we hadn't analyzed it correctly.